You look very nice.
Why, thank you. So do
I
you.
should have dressed up a little more.
You look nice and dressed up.
Thank
you
you.
look very
Thank
put
you.
together today.
I look like
you
a
cleaned up nicely.
college kid. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic, thanks.
Good. Good. So the movie was fantastic.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Now, as I understand it, you approached Matt with the project idea. Why did you approach Matt with this particular project? Why do you want to make this movie with Matt?
Well, you know, the idea that I had about 2 years ago was I wanted to tell a story about American identity. And I guess what that meant for me was my dad grew up in a small steel mill town just outside of Pittsburgh. And, you know, just like any other industrial town, it had hit hard times. And so his dad was working multiple jobs and they didn't have a lot. And I remember being a very ignorant 8-year-old asking him, you know, so was your childhood awful? And he said, no, it was fantastic. We had an incredibly strong sense of community. We were there for one another. And we had this faith that tomorrow was going to be a better day.
Well, we wanted to tell a story about America and where we are right now and where we've come from, where we are, and where we're going and how we're going to get there. And this seemed like the perfect backdrop for it because the stakes are so incredibly high. People feel so strongly on both sides of it that it's just the perfect kind of issue to set the movie against.
And I feel like if the movie works, it's because because at the end of the movie, people are like, I want to know more.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about this. And they don't leave going, oh, I know.
And in fact, a lot of us left the screening and got on Google.
Right.
Yeah,
my mother-in-law did too. I came home from the thing and she was on Google. She said, I want to know everything about this now, which is good, right?
With the water that catches on fire and what the heck is that? You and Matt did a really good job of making a balanced story here because it's tough.
Thank you.
It's tough. There's a tough situation to make a balanced story, but you did a great job.
Thank you.
But speaking of, since you guys wrote it together, were you at all intimidated by writing with him? Because we know like the Damon Affleck writing dream team. Now what, are we looking for a Damon Krasinski dream team, right?
No, keep Ben and Matt together. They're the better story. You know, the truth is, it was totally surreal for me, and thank you for bringing it up, because it was totally intimidating. I'm from Boston, so to actually be writing with the dude from Good Will Hunting was mind-blowing, and then to have the director from Good Will Hunting, to have them on my team is so surreal that I'm pretty sure it's hard to believe, even seeing the poster behind you, that this is real and happening right now. But it was a thrill. You know, he was always incredibly generous with me, and you know, said the nicest things about what he thought my potential was. So we jumped in and we wrote really quickly, and it was really a whole lot of fun. I don't know how we got so much work done. We used to write at his house because he has 4 beautiful daughters, but it's also a busy house, and in between putting on the Little Mermaid 17 times and making lunches.
You know, my kids were there, and I'd been at work all week, so they were running all over the house, and you know, it was like, I knew John was going to be a good dad when he was coming up with dialogue ideas while giving one of my kids a horsey ride, you know. He just luckily was, you know, he doesn't have kids, but he's been around kids a lot, so he's very, very patient, and that's what it required.
Are there rumors of a bromance? Is that true? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, absolutely not. You can't split up Matt and Ben, especially being from Boston. It's like that's sacrilegious. Yeah, no. I'm like the mistress off to the side, and that's not a fun place to be.
Speaking of John, I hope you know he's going around telling people that he has a little man crush on you. I guess from this experience, he like admires you to the point now that he wants like a budding bromance with you.
I actually think that he's trying to use me to get to Ben.
Oh, no.
Ben is like, he's the like A-list director in Hollywood now, so you know, I think everybody's trying to get to him through me.
So this is a story that will unfold, so we'll follow that.
We'll
Matt, thank you so much.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you.